Hey guys, how are we all? Welcome to My Way Tarot. This is going to be a general love reading for the sign of Pisces for the third week of October 2021. This can resonate with your Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus sign, so please check the other available videos on the channel so you guys can get a fuller, more rounded picture of what potentially could be happening for your love life. Okay guys? These are timeless reads, so it's whenever you come across this reading when it's most likely going to resonate for you. Obviously, if there are parts of the reading that resonate, then that's great, or if the whole reading resonates, that's cool as well. If it doesn't resonate, then it's simply not your message, so please use your own discernment and kind of take what you feel fit and leave the rest. I could be reading for yourself or for your love interest, the one that's on your mind, so just please flip the roles and use your own discernment in relation to your situation, okay? So if you are interested in TikTok, then I do have an account over there called My Way Tarot 444. So come over and check us out over there and see if you're interested. I have shorter love readings available there, okay? Also, just be careful. There are people trying to impersonate me in my account, so just don't be scammed by anyone. So this is just kind of like a PSA to make sure that nobody comes forward to say that you know, if you would like a private reading, etc. Via WhatsApp. That's definitely not me, so please be careful, as I'm not actually currently available for personal readings right now. So let's just get into this reading for love, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Obviously you can put a timestamp so that you can kind of miss the intro if that's something that you're interested in the comment section below. Okay, so sorry about my hand, I burnt it when I was cooking the other day, so just kind of ignore that, alright? And what we get for Pisces for love. Six of Wands sideways, so fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the Empress here, Taurus, Libra energy. Eight of Cups sideways, so water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What else for Pisces, please? Nine of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Ooh, what was that? Two of Swords, and lastly Five of Pentacles in reverse. Bottom of the deck we have the Strength card, so we have Leo energy predominantly as well. Okay, let's get into this. So either you or your love interest are feeling relatively weak as of right now. They are basically not feeling like they are deserving any better when it comes to love. Either that, or they have been in that place for quite some time and it's something that they're just transitioning out of. They're trying to change their thought pattern so that they can become more positive and more assertive in themselves, more confident. Potentially they may feel fearful that if they have been dealing with a third party or other previous relationships, that they may have been very harsh on themselves, and potentially they may feel like they couldn't even trust their own judgment because they may have chosen wrong partners, or they feel like they can't trust their own judgment because relationship after relationship didn't necessarily feel like it was working. And so therefore this person may have got down this kind of rabbit hole of feeling like they didn't deserve any better when it came to love. And what I'm also getting is that potentially they may see my throat wanting to close up. This person's finding it difficult to express themselves. Either you or your person are wanting to be able to move a relationship forward, but potentially someone's feeling unworthy of love. Potentially they either feel unworthy of love in general, or potentially if you are in a relationship with this person or a situationship, or you kind of, you know, friends at the moment, or whatever kind of love and care and, you know, kindness that you give this person, they may feel like they are undeserving of it, like of what they're receiving from you. Or even if they were to get that from anybody else, even if it was just in relation to friendships or with work colleagues or something along those lines. And potentially they may get into a place where they've acted very impulsively when it comes to their emotions, when it comes to their feelings, and potentially, you know, this may have other people be out of sorts when it comes to them. Like, the way I'm getting it is that potentially their feelings, what they truly feel inside, and how they show themselves on the outside don't necessarily match up. And this person, you know, I'm getting the sense that also if they're not if they're very shy or very timid, or they're kind of the other way, as in they're very egotistical, very arrogant, very cocky, I'm getting. And that's not necessarily like this person, see, my throat keeps wanting to close up, like this person isn't actually like that. Like, they're carrying this particular facade like it's like an armor, and so that they can kind of get by in their daily life, but genuinely on the inside they don't feel like worthy, and they feel incredibly insecure about themselves. And potentially, you know, they may have a tendency to point the finger at other people and blame them predominantly for their problems or for their issues, or it's like the big boy done it and run away. And potentially they may have an issue when it comes to their ego. Potentially this person is very egotistical, either that, or they're just not even confident enough in themselves. Like, it's like this kind of polar opposite. There's like no healthy balance in the middle. Like, they are not able to kind of tame themselves. They don't have necessarily a very good control of their emotions, and this person may come across as a bit all over the place. Like, you don't know necessarily what you're going to expect from this person. They may come across as a little bit unpredictable. So that's something that's coming through to me strongly as well, but we'll carry on. With this Five of Cups, yeah, they've been very much up in their head, and it's interesting because we have 5 here, we have 5 here, and then we have 5 on the table. So 3 5s, 5 5 5. So either you or your love interest could be seeing those numbers quite often. And what I'm getting, that potentially this person could be a life path 5, or you could be. The other thing I'm getting is that this person has been very much up in their head, or either you have, about this person. The first thing I want to say is that this person, they have been very guarded. They're very guarded. It's like, you know how these people are kind of, you know, hitting each other with these wands and stuff. It's like their armor, their protection, and they're making sure that they don't get hurt by other people, so they swing at somebody else first before anyone can kind of get to them. And this person may feel relatively regretful at how they have behaved previously, and they're now realizing that they actually have some sort of wounds that they need to heal within themselves to be able to move on forward and to gain some sort of emotional maturity in their life. Potentially they may have been emotionally unavailable from you, or just from other people in general, and they've done this because they keep everyone kind of at arm's length. And potentially they may not necessarily have taken a chance on love, and they may feel like they're lacking of love. Like, you see all these cups are like empty, and this person, it's like you would never know. You either would never know because of how showy this person could potentially be, or potentially arrogant this person could be. You would never know that inside that they are just continuously stressed, and they have this big wall up when it comes to other people, and they just don't let other people like come in. And what I'm getting here with this kind of 5 of Wands energy is that this could have really caused a lot of arguments. Their ego could have been very much up in the way, and they may have been very competitive with other people, and potentially they may have indulged in, you know, multiple partners at one point, you know, played the field a little bit because of this particular ego. And so therefore they're realizing that this kind of shallow behavior hasn't necessarily given them the full fulfillment that they have been after. And what I'm getting this person is wanting is actually, you know, love. and a loyal connection, and someone who is going to be nurturing and caring and kind and all of these things that most likely you are to this person, or you have been, and they may not necessarily have been open and receptive to that and kept themselves at a distance from you. But I'm getting this sense that this person may have issues when it comes to either their mental health, when it comes to their physical health, or maybe even codependency issues like such like addictions and things. So potentially they may be one of these people who can get obsessed by things very quickly, and very consumed by these particular things, and they kind of have tunnel vision. And I'm getting the sense that this person is very secretive when it comes to their private life. They're very secretive. It's like I was saying, you wouldn't necessarily know how this person is, thinking and feeling on, from how they portray themselves on the outside. And I'm getting the sense that whatever they have going on around them, they basically feel trapped. They feel trapped in their own environment. It's like, when someone tries to portray themselves a particular way for so long, and it just carries on and on and on, and then as you get to know more people and you meet more people, they kind of seem to feel like they know you, and then it's like putting on this facade, and this mask just gets heavier and heavier, and it's just like people can't see through it. And this person is realizing that they want to break free from that, and they need to break free from these particular facades. And maybe they focus very heavily on their ego and materialism and obsession of these other things, like tangible things in their life, and potentially may have used manipulation at one point or multiple points, potentially use other people to get their own kind of gain. And I'm getting this overall sense, like especially here with this Cancerian energy with the moon. She's this is like the card for the moon, but it's the High Priestess. So what I'm getting is like your kind of energy. This is like the way I'm seeing it. It's like you see through all the rubbish. You've seen through all the facade. You've seen through the ego. You've seen through all of that. And maybe this person is scared and intimidated by you because you see through all of this BS. They've managed to get away from it for so long and be able to lie their way when it comes to their like ulterior motives and everything else to do with their life. But potentially you just look at them dead on and go, I see you. I know who you are. I know exactly what you are, and that's potentially why you've just genuinely been so nice to them and kind to them and open to them, and potentially I'm getting this sense like you've loved them unconditionally regardless of whatever they have been going through and whatever they've had shown previously to you or to anyone else, because you know and see all, especially when it comes to this person. Potentially you may feel like you have a very spiritual bond with them, and they may just necessarily be in a lower vibrational energy right now, and that you're kind of vibing high, and this person may be more in their shadow side, and that's something that they need to kind of eventually break free of. They will eventually see the truth of the matter, especially here, look, the truth of it all. And then we have the Tower, divine intervention, and then a spiritual awakening. Look at that. I mean, I can't make it up. Look at this. The truth, the clarity, the destruction. This is basically an ego death. This person's ego is going to completely be shattered. Shattered ego, and the truth that they need to grow and transform themselves. They're not going to be able to understand logically what they're going through and why they're going through it, but you potentially already know. And it's just kind of waiting on this person to kind of eventually figure it out for themselves, because I'm getting the sense that you've already kind of done your work, or a lot of it, and you are incredibly intuitive and very empathic, and this person, you know, may have been a bit of a narcissist before, and you may have had that kind of paradigm between the two of you. And especially if you have a very strong spiritual connection, or you feel like you do, then you would know whether you do or not. You would know. And this person may be going through a major wake-up call in their life here with the Tower, and they're going to go eventually through a spiritual awakening, or if they've already gone through this Tower moment and they've had something drastic that's already happened in their life, then potentially they're just trying to get themselves to a point where they're becoming wiser from it and learning from the experiences and realizing what they should be investing in and what they shouldn't be investing in, and gain balance back in their life again, because they've been very unbalanced for quite some time. Potentially they ignored intuitive nudges, potentially from their guides, because they've not necessarily been in that higher vibrational place to be able to accept the particular messages, or they've been accepting them or seeing them but not properly kind of recognizing them or acknowledging them or what have you. But this person needs to transform and they need to change themselves, but it may take necessarily some time to do that. And I feel like there's a block from this person wanting to come forward, or if you're wanting for this person to come forward towards you, because they may still be very much in their ego as of right now. You may have had a lot of very sleepless nights to do with this particular connection, to do with this person, very stressed, unsure about how things were going to be. Potentially, if there was at one point where they may have ghosted you, abandoned the particular connection, turns their back on your connection and potentially left you out in the cold, you may have grieved for the relationship for quite some time. And this person, if you have now decided to focus on yourself and to be more in your kind of potentially divine feminine energy, I'm getting that quite strongly, you've decided that you're not going to let this connection or situation have a block on you being successful anymore, and you've decided to kind of abandon and walk away. And not necessarily because you want to abandon and walk away from this person, but you realize that for your own best interest, for your own self-preservation, because you've worked hard to get to this particular place in your life, that you need to do what you need to do, because regardless of how strong of a connection that you feel that you have with this person, you need to think of yourself first. And this is what you're doing. And if this person comes around, you know, they need to appreciate and respect you for the energy that you are and for how you come across in your life. And you're sitting here in Empress energy. And this person may be at a crossroads thinking to themselves, well, obviously, how on earth am I going to be able to approach an Empress? I'm going to have to rethink my whole approach. They're not going to be able to come forward towards you. It's like you are completely untouchable, especially if you're sitting here in the High Priestess energy and the Empress. I'm getting the sense that potentially you may be on a spiritual path or have a spiritual business. Maybe you're a tarot reader as well, or something along those lines, maybe even a healer, I'm getting. And potentially you have to, it's like you're taking the blindfold off when it comes to this situation, and the realization that yes, you have been out in the cold when it comes to this person in this relationship, but you can get yourself on out of the cold and move on and forgive yourself and potentially forgive this person as well. But this connection may take time for things to move on, to eventually get to the place where you may want it to be, if it is definitely with this person. But I'm getting the sense that there may have been some underhandedness at one point or another. And you're just wanting stability in your life and potentially just wanting recognition from this person and appreciation and respect for who it is you genuinely are and how you come across to this person and the impact that most likely that you have on their life. You're just wanting that recognition. But this person, I'm getting the sense, may have commitment issues, abandonment issues, potentially that they need to work on, mummy daddy issues type thing. This person may have been very used to kind of having very shallow relationships, drifting from one partner to the next. Potentially, I'm also getting that if there was a point where they may have ghosted you in your connection, they did that because potentially they may have seen your worth at the time and you didn't see your worth. And so therefore this person potentially may have put you up on a pedestal thinking that you were better, but then showing to you as if you weren't, as if you were not anything at all, like you weren't really important, and really kind of triggered you and about your own self-worth and moving yourself on forward. And it's like this person, you know, without really even realizing what they have done, has actually catapulted you to get into the power of being the Empress. So in a sense, it's like saying thank you to this person and being grateful in some sort of way that they've been in your life, because the way that it's absolutely transformed you. But this person may have preempted the fact that if you and them were to get closer together and you were to eventually see, or you already saw who they were, and they didn't feel comfortable with that, they preempted by moving on away from you. They preempted that you may leave them. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you were gonna leave them anyway, or you were gonna depart from the relationship or situationship if they were to get too emotionally involved with you, and potentially that's why they've been so guarded and so, like, you know, what have you. But what I'm getting is that potentially this rejection from this person, or what it seems like to be this particular rejection, was actually protection for you. Yes, you may have been rejected from this person, but you were protected in a sense, because this person may not necessarily, and most likely weren't in the place to be ready for either a long-term situation, because they didn't even know from their butt to their elbow, their ass from their elbow, they didn't have a clue what they were doing. And I know I shouldn't swear, so I'm sorry about that, but I'm getting this sense like this person came across as if they knew exactly what they were doing and how they were doing it. It's like, oh, I fooled everyone else, and then you're sitting there like looking at them directly, and this kind of freaked them out and let them kind of shrivel into like a smaller part of themselves. It's like, you know, when somebody's skin crawls because they know of something. That's that type of feeling. So yeah, this person's definitely feeling emotionally unfulfilled without you in their life. But they're needing to understand, why did they feel this emotional fulfillment? They thought they would be feeling fulfilled, especially if they had focused on their finances, or their material world, but they're not fulfilled. So let's clarify this Empress. I want to know a bit more about this, because I feel like this is where you are, or this is very much where you're on the way to being. Like, I feel like there's a lot of abundance coming your way, or it's kind of already there in your life. But you may be just focusing very much on your career right now. You may have to make a decision when it comes to this person eventually. That's if they were to come back around, but only when they're ready to. So unless they come back around in Emperor energy, or Empress energy, or, you know, King or Queen status even, then this person may not necessarily have done enough as of yet. And it isn't your job to do their healing for them, because, you know, where were they for you when you were doing yours? They'd gone. Yeah, they may come back around to communicate with you some relatively cheeky messages to kind of get you wrapped up with being with them again, but then potentially they may be still in their ego side, not necessarily ready. And then you may be feeling relatively confused about the whole thing. Let's look at this Empress energy. I'm getting also the sense that potentially if they're watching you from afar or seeing you online or anything like that, and you are glowing like this Empress energy, they're envious. They're envious. Because they know now for definite that they probably don't feel worthy of even sitting next door to you or having a conversation with you. even being in the same room as you. Like, you are on another level, especially if you're the High Priestess energy with the Empress. I mean, you can't really get much better than that. Not on a spiritual basis or even a physical basis. So it's like, you are completely unapproachable to them until they sort themselves out, because you're not going to tolerate any drama or mind games or negativity or hostility or anything like that. And you're definitely not going to self-deny anything of yourself, like sacrifice anything of what you're doing, because you are going to be successful, because you are worth so much more, because you're seeing your worth, and you're not going to tolerate anything less. And this person needs to sort it out. But that's not your job. Why is the Empress here, please, for Pisces? There will be movement for you. There will be some sort of communication at some point. Why is this Empress here? Come on. Tell us something. Thank you. Look at this. Judgment. Page of Pentacles. Hermit in reverse. Wow. So yeah, you've been through it. This is karma. You're going to get really good karma coming in through for you with all the work that you have been doing. You are, anytime, this is what I'm getting as well, anytime that anyone else has been tricky dicky to you and they have been selfish and they haven't bothered to give you the energy that you deserve, like, they just haven't kept their word when it comes to things, they've been very self-absorbed people, or they just let you down, anything like that, you've gone through a lot of hurt. And it's like, this, any karma for all these people or situations or whatever has done you dirty, it's going to turn around and work in your favour, and it's going to even propel you even further into more Empress energy, because all the good karma that you've been putting out there and everything that you've gone through, you're incredibly protected. Very protected. And it's all going to backfire on all these other people, and they are going to sit and watch you transform. You've done your healing. Look at that. With the world. Beautiful. You've done your healing. You're going to come out of hiding. You've been in solitude long enough, focusing on yourself. And now you're getting yourself ready to have a brand new beginning. And if that means keeping yourself distant from this person until this cycle closes out, then that's what you've got to do. Especially if you resonate with a twin flame relationship or a high level soulmate or what have you with this person, potentially, then the separation is actually going to only do more favours for yourself, but also for this person to heal separately, so that then you eventually can come together. I'm just getting the sense that this person, like, you and them are most likely compatible with each other. But you will just be in a place where you're feeling so much more grateful for your life because of this situation. You will. But they're probably still in confusion. They're probably still confused about what's going on in their life, and then seeing you, and it's like, oh, well, how has he or she got to that position, that point? Look at this. Any times where you felt trapped up in your head and you didn't feel like you had enough? All gone. Dropping of the burdens here with the Ten of Wands. You've completed a cycle. Any time where you felt like your love life was out of control, it's going to be sorted. And maybe a bit of a pause, or you've been in stagnation for quite some time for things to kind of eventually work out. It's like ironing of the kinks, like sorting stuff. But potentially this person may go through a major situation where they miss out on their finances. Yeah, look at that. Miss out on their finances, and then we just break up the deck and we've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, they may miss out. I mean, you never know. They could end up being homeless at one point. That's what I'm getting. It may be really hitting hard for them. honestly take how it resonates. But then you're going to have equal give and take partnerships, working on your own finances. You know, you've done a lot of the healing work, so therefore other people who are going to be like-minded will eventually come forward towards you and kind of be there and help you out, as it were. What else for this Empress, please, for Pisces? Yeah, look at that. How emotionally intelligent you are. Here with the King of Cups. You see everything clearly here with the Seven of Cups in reverse. It's like, you see the picture about what it is that you want. You may have been confused at one point, looking at all these cups, being unsure. What do I go for? How do I get there? What do I need to do? You know, what can I take? What can I not take? And then you're gaining clarity from that. And then because you're gaining emotional intelligence from that. Yeah, you're no longer unclear about what is right for you and what isn't right for you. And you're just swiping that out. You're swiping that out. And potentially anything to do with any unrequited love or difficulties when it came to people or relationships or codependency, that's all going to be dropped. And then you are going to have the person that is going to be worthy of you. And they're going to step into their Emperor energy and come forward towards you. You'll be dealing with someone where people will be a lot more considerate of your feelings and show this kind of two-way love that you are deserving of. And then look at that with the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. You will have the love that you are deserving of. You will have that. Absolutely amazing. Let's look at these romance angels by Doreen Virtue. I was trying to make sure these readings didn't get too long, but never seems to be the way to make them any shorter. Potentially you may even have new love coming into your life. Could be even another water sign coming in here with the King of Cups energy. Until this other person sorts themselves out. If this is something that could resonate. And this could be like your little present, like a little reward for you. Because you are deserving of love. Someone who's going to make you feel, you know, take your feelings into consideration, make you feel loved and secure and appreciated, and see you for the worth that you are. Finances and career, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So they may have been, or they may be for yourself, but I don't feel like that's going to be an issue for much longer. Either that, or if that's what your person is going through. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek, and give your relationship a chance. And it kind of came out reverse. Work on your partnership. So potentially you may feel like this new person coming in for you could be the one. And if not the one, then you feel like they could be potentially the one for right now. Until this other person sorts themselves out, and you're not going to give this past person another chance until they have fully healed. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I can't make it up. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Yeah, so this person from the past most likely could also be your one, the actual proper one. But you're not going to have a reconciliation with them and give them a chance until potentially they've sorted out their finances, or they've emotionally healed themselves enough to the fact that they're not codependent on you or anyone else for that matter. Okay, I'm going to take one more. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So, and it kind of came out sideways. So yes, in a sense, there's a block from this other person coming back around for you and them to have a chance with each other, because it may not necessarily be fully safe for you to love this person or to be with this person. But potentially as well is that if there's somebody new who could be the one as well, because you can probably have more than one. You just have to be open and honest about it. I mean, you know, we can have multiple soulmates in this life. I mean, soulmates aren't necessarily just romantic. They are, you know, You know, family members can be soulmates, work colleagues, you know, the mailman can be a soulmate. Like, everybody who's kind of in that soul tribe or soul family can be a soulmate. But then obviously it's like, if you have a higher connection with someone and you feel like it's just more than soulmates, you will know. So it's like, potentially this King of Cups could be someone coming in that is genuinely a soulmate, and this other person could be a soulmate as well. But also they could be a twin flame or a divine counterpart. But obviously everyone's on different journeys, so it's really kind of down to you and about what's going on in your own situation, because obviously you guys will probably know a lot more than I do. So let's look in the Soulmates in Separation unspoken love messages by the Serendipity Tarot and see what your person would like to say, or what you would like to say to them, however this resonates. Okay, so, because I'm sure we get the few cross watchers watching tarot readings, of course. And cross watchers, of course, you're welcome. So let's have a look here for Pisces. I miss you more now that we are apart. I still feel your presence, your energy around me. So yeah, you could be dealing with a divine counterpart potentially as well. I love you more than anyone but failed to show it. Wow. Each day I think about how it would be like if we were together. One day I will be ready to surrender. Wow. Ooh. One card that fell on the floor. Let me just pick that up, sorry. I kick myself for sabotaging this relationship. My life won't be the same. And I'll take one more, please. The Pisces. Oh, okay. I think we got two more then. Life hasn't been too nice to me and I took that out on you. I missed out on something so good. The next person you allow into your life is lucky. And lastly, to close it off, my pride and ego led us astray. Well, we kind of got that impression. Nobody is like you. You are exceptional. You are special. Well, we know that, especially if you're sitting in this Empress energy and most likely High Priestess as well. You're incredible. Okay? So anyway, guys, wow, what a read. I hope that you have enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share and subscribe. Leave us a comment. I greatly appreciate it. Obviously, I'll reply back to those. If you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so you guys get an alert as to when I post another video for you all. I hope that you guys have a really good week and we'll hopefully see you or speak to you soon. So please take care and bye for now. Thank you.